5. Best skin whitening and brightening ingredients that are safe, science-backed, and effective with long-term use. Hello my friends. If you're searching for natural ways to brighten your skin, this video is for you. Let me ask you something. When you look in the mirror, do you sometimes notice uneven skin tone, stubborn dark spots, or that tired, dull look? You're not alone. Many of my patients and even myself over the years have felt that frustration. Skin isn't just about appearance, it's about confidence, about how we feel when we walk into a room. And the truth is, brighter, more even skin can help us feel younger and more vibrant. But here's the good news. You don't need harsh bleaching creams or expensive treatments that promise miracles overnight. Nature and science have already given us ingredients that are gentle, safe, and actually effective. These are what I call the long-term allies of our skin ingredients that work with your body, not against it. I'm Dr. Masayuki, and welcome to Life in Harmony. For those who are new here, I'm 60 years old, and every day I'm grateful for the foods and ingredients I use to boost collagen, reduce wrinkles naturally, and help my skin stay healthy and bright. In this video, I'll share with you the 5 best skin whitening and brightening ingredients safe for sensitive skin, backed by research, and powerful when used consistently. For each, I'll explain the science, how it works, the best ways to use it, and my personal recommendations. So let's jump in and begin with the first one, alpha-arbutin. Okay, my friends, let's start with one of the most beloved ingredients in the brightening world, alpha-arbutin. If you've ever tried products for dullness or dark spots, you may have already seen this name pop up. And there's a reason why so many dermatologists, myself included, consider it a fan favorite. So, what makes alpha-arbutin so special? Unlike some harsher whitening agents, alpha-arbutin works in a very gentle, intelligent way. It targets an enzyme in your skin called tyrosinase, which is responsible for producing melanin, the pigment that gives skin its color. By slowing down this enzyme, alpha-arbutin helps reduce excess melanin. The result? Less tanning, fewer dark spots, and a restored natural skin tone. But here's the important part. It doesn't destroy pigment cells. It simply calms them down. That's why it's much safer and more skin-friendly compared to many older whitening chemicals. Now, let's talk about the benefits. Regular use of alpha-arbutin can brighten dull skin, lighten stubborn pigmentation, and even reduce the signs of sun damage. Many of my patients notice their skin looking clearer and more radiant within a few weeks. And because it also has antioxidant effects, it supports collagen and helps reduce wrinkles naturally. So you're not just brightening, you're also working against aging. One of the biggest reasons people love alpha-arbutin is that it suits all skin types. Sensitive skin? No problem. Oily or acne-prone? Still safe. Even those who find vitamin C irritating often do much better with alpha-arbutin. Personally, I find it more forgiving and easier to introduce into a routine. And here's a tip, it doesn't have to work alone. Alpha-arbutin pairs beautifully with vitamin C, Kojic Acid, or Niacinamide. This combination not only brightens but also strengthens your skin barrier and improves overall radiance. In my own routine, when I consistently used alpha-arbutin, I noticed my skin became lighter, more even, and more resilient. That's why I call it a trustworthy long-term staple. Now, about products. Some of my top recommendations are the Dermaco 2% alpha-arbutin serum, the Plum Brightening Serum which I currently use, and the Minimalist alpha-arbutin serum, which has been an all-time favorite. These are all well-formulated, stable, and easy to incorporate. How should you use it? Aim for a concentration of 1 to 2%. Apply once or twice daily after cleansing. Ideally alongside hydrating actives like hyaluronic acid or niacinamide. And please always patch test first, because every skin reacts a little differently. Most importantly, never forget sunscreen in the morning. Any brightening routine without sunscreen is like filling water into a leaking bucket, you'll lose the results. So, to wrap this up, alpha-arbutin is safe, effective, and consistent. If you're serious about brightening and whitening your skin naturally, this is one ingredient you can rely on for the long run. 2. Mandelic Acid. Now, let's talk about an ingredient that doesn't always get the spotlight but truly deserves it: mandelic acid. You may have heard more about glycolic or lactic acid, but mandelic is like the quiet achiever of the exfoliant family, often overlooked, yet excellent for brightening and clarifying the skin. What makes mandelic acid unique is its molecular size. Compared to glycolic acid, its molecules are much larger. That means it penetrates the skin more slowly and more gently. And you know what that translates to? Far less irritation. This is why mandelic acid is a perfect choice for those with sensitive skin, darker complexions, or skin that's already inflamed or prone to hyperpigmentation. So, what can it do for you? Regular use of mandelic acid helps to even out skin tone, reduce hyperpigmentation, and improve clarity. It gently dissolves the glue that holds dead skin cells on the surface, so your skin looks smoother, fresher, and brighter. Over time, it can help fade stubborn spots, including those left by acne or sun damage. Let's do a quick comparison. Glycolic acid is powerful, but it can sometimes be too strong, leading to redness or peeling, especially if you're new to acids. Mandelic acid, on the other hand, is much safer for beginners. Think of it as learning to swim in the shallow pool. Before diving into the deep end, you still get the benefits, but without the same risks. One product I often recommend is The Ordinary's 10% Mandelic Acid plus HA. It combines mandelic acid with hyaluronic acid, which means while it exfoliates, it also hydrates, making it even more gentle on your skin. Now, how should you use it? Start slow. Apply it just once every few days in the evening, and see how your skin responds. If all goes well, you can increase to every other night or even nightly, depending on tolerance. For best results, look for creams or serums in the 5 to 10% range. And remember, like with all exfoliants, sunscreen is non-negotiable. Because when you're removing those dead skin cells, your fresh new skin is more vulnerable to the sunday. To close, I'll say this. Mandelic acid may not be the loudest name in the skincare world, but it's one of the safest and most effective entry points for anyone who wants brighter, more even-toned skin without the sting. A gentle yet powerful ally. 3. Kojic Acid. Now, let's move on to another brightening superstar, Kojic Acid. What's fascinating about this ingredient is its origin. Kojic acid is a natural compound, derived from certain types of fungi during the fermentation process of rice or soy. It's been used for decades in Japan and other parts of Asia as a trusted skin-lightening ingredient. So, this isn't just a new trend, it's backed by a long history of use. How does it work? Unlike alpha-arbutin, which blocks melanin production at its root, kojic acid mainly works by inhibiting the release of melanin, the pigment responsible for darkening the skin. This makes it particularly effective for reducing hyperpigmentation, fading dark spots, and giving the skin a lighter, more luminous appearance. Over time, consistent use can help restore your natural tone and even create that radiant glow we all look for. Now, one of the things I love about kojic acid is that it's generally safe for sensitive skin and works well across different skin types. That being said, there's a catch. Kojic acid is quite powerful, so it needs to be used wisely. Layer it incorrectly, especially with other strong actives like high-strength retinoids or strong exfoliating acids, and you may end up with irritation instead of results. Let me share a couple of excellent product options. First is Dr. Sheth's Kojic plus Kojic Face Serum. It's formulated to balance kojic with other soothing agents, which makes it more beginner-friendly. Another great choice is the Clay Sake Mushroom Brightening Serum, which combines kojic acid with alpha-arbutin and niacinamide, an effective trio that brightens, balances, and calms the skin. So, how should you use kojic acid? The best approach is to apply it through focused serums or essences, rather than piling on multiple products with kojic. Start by patch testing on a small area first, especially if you have sensitive skin. And as I mentioned, avoid mixing it with too many other, strong actives in the same routine. Think of it like seasoning and cooking. You don't need to throw in everything at once. Just the right combination brings out the best flavor. To wrap this up, Kojic Acid is powerful yet safe when used carefully. With patience and consistent use, it can truly transform uneven skin tone into something brighter and more even, without the harsh side effects of many bleaching products. Treat it with respect, and it will reward you with results. 4. Licorice Root Extract. Now, let's not overlook one of the most underrated natural ingredients for skin brightening: licorice root extract. You might think of licorice as candy, but in skincare, it's a very different story. The root contains a powerful compound called Brighten, which plays a key role in skin lightening. Here's how it works. Brighten helps by inhibiting an enzyme called tyrosinase, which is crucial for melanin production. When tyrosinase activity slows down, your skin naturally produces less melanin, meaning fewer dark spots, less discoloration, and a brighter overall appearance. Unlike harsh bleaching agents, licorice does this gently, without damaging pigment cells. The benefits go beyond just whitening. Licorice is also a strong anti-inflammatory, which makes it especially good for people dealing with rosacea, redness, or irritated skin. Many people actually notice visible improvements within 4 weeks of consistent use, faster than most other natural brightening agents. Plus, licorice provides antioxidant and anti-aging effects, helping to protect your skin from free radical damage while softening fine lines. Now, what about safety? This is where licorice root extract shines. It's safe for sensitive and irritated skin, and it blends beautifully with hydrating and soothing ingredients. That makes it a great everyday staple, especially for those who can't tolerate stronger actives. Let me give you 2 excellent product options. First, the CCO Sake Glass Glow Essence, which combines licorice with vitamin C and hyaluronic acid, an amazing trio for brightening and hydration. Second, the Earth Rhythm Alpha Arbutin plus licorice serum, which pairs 2 powerhouse brighteners for an even stronger effect while still keeping it gentle. How should you use licorice extract? It's best delivered through essences or serums, which allow for deeper absorption. You can safely use it daily, both morning and night, and it pairs well with hydrating ingredients like hyaluronic acid. Just apply it after cleansing and before your moisturizer. And yes, like always, don't forget your sunscreen in the morning. So, here's the bottom line. Licorice root extract is a gentle yet effective brightening hero. It delivers quick, noticeable results while also calming and soothing the skin. For anyone who wants brighter, more even skin but doesn't want to risk irritation, licorice might just be the answer. 5. Niacinamide. If there's one skincare ingredient that truly lives up to the hype, it's niacinamide. Also known as vitamin B3, this water-soluble vitamin has become a modern classic in brightening and barrier repair routines. So, what makes niacinamide so special? Unlike many other actives that can only be paired with specific ingredients, niacinamide is incredibly versatile and stable. It works alongside almost everything: vitamin C, retinoids, hyaluronic acid, and even exfoliating acids. That means it's easy to slot into your existing routine without worrying about negative interactions. It's also very safe, with a long history of use in dermatology. Now, let's talk about what it actually does for your skin. First, niacinamide helps to reduce pigmentation and dark spots by slowing down the transfer of melanin to skin cells. Over time, this leads to a more even tone and fewer patches of discoloration. But the benefits don't stop there. It also smoothens rough texture, supports the skin barrier, and soothes inflammation, a lifesaver if you deal with acne, redness, or sensitivity. For those struggling with post-acne scars or dullness, niacinamide encourages long-term healing and radiance. And here's the best part: Niacinamide is suitable for every skin type, from the most sensitive to oily and acne-prone. Even people with inflamed, irritated skin usually find it calming rather than irritating. That's why dermatologists often recommend it as a first step into active skincare. If you're looking for product recommendations, two stand out. The minimalist 10% niacinamide serum is excellent for consistent, long-term use, building visible results over weeks and months. On the other hand, the Focallure 12% niacinamide plus AHA serum brings together brightening and mild exfoliation. This is actually the one I'm currently using in my routine. Both deliver solid results without overcomplicating things. How should you use niacinamide? The sweet spot is usually 5 to 10% concentration, applied as a serum either in the morning or at night. It layers easily under sunscreen, moisturizers, or other treatments, so it's one of the simplest actives to integrate into a routine. On a personal note, niacinamide has been a game changer for me. It helped heal my adult acne, calmed breakouts, and over time, it noticeably improved the texture and resilience of my skin. It's one of the few ingredients I can confidently say made a real difference. So, to wrap up, niacinamide fully deserves its reputation. It doesn't just promise, it delivers visible long-term improvements for brightness, clarity, and barrier health. Pro tips for routines and habits. If there's one golden rule in skincare, it's this. Sunscreen is non-negotiable. No matter how many serums or brightening actives you use, they won't work if your skin is unprotected from UV damage. Make it a daily habit, rain or shine. During the day, keep your routine simple. 2 to 3 layers are enough. A hydrating serum, moisturizer if needed, and always finish with sunscreen. Overloading on products can actually irritate the skin and reduce effectiveness. At night, give your skin the chance to reset. A double cleanse clears away sunscreen, makeup, and pollution, creating a clean base for your actives. Apply your chosen treatments, whether that's Arbutin, niacinamide, or Mandelic Acid, then seal it in with a nourishing moisturizer. Remember, skincare is a marathon, not a sprint. Consistency is key. Most actives need 2 to 3 months of regular use for lasting results, though some, like Licorice Extract, can show visible improvements in just 4 weeks. To boost circulation and glow, incorporate a gentle face massage while applying your skincare. It helps products absorb better and gives a subtle lifting effect over time. Don't be afraid to experiment with different brands. Even if 2 serums have the same percentage of an ingredient, formulation quality makes a big difference. And finally, always prioritize safety. Patch test new products. Introduce one active at a time, and stop if irritation persists. Your skin's comfort should guide your routine. We've explored 5 gentle yet effective brightening ingredients: Arbutin, Mandelic Acid, Kojic Acid, Licorice Root Extract, and Niacinamide. Each works differently, but all share one thing: real results with consistent use. Remember, in skincare, knowledge matters more than hype. Focus on what your skin needs, protect it daily with sunscreen, and give actives the patience they deserve. Lasting changes often take months, not days. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Life in Harmony. Here, we share science-backed strategies for natural beauty, anti-aging, and living a healthier, happier life.